guys, it is crunch time here. Let's do a little Nikola Jokic watch. He scored a career-high 50 points in a loss to the Kings on Saturday. We also saw him drop 47 in a win over the Jazz just a couple weeks ago. Richard, do you expect this scoring surge to continue all season?
Well, I wouldn't say all season, but I think he's put himself in a position where he understands that he's got to score, that he's an amazing playmaker. He does so much. He always, he's a pretty good scorer, probably not in the league's elite, but I expect him to continue this.
I mean, this is unbelievable. When I look at this guy, he can't jump over a phone book. He's not that fast. He just continues to dominate these games year in and year out. And it makes me want to believe that he's probably our game's. He has to be the top 3 most skilled players in the game because he doesn't have any athleticism. I mean, no definition, no speed, and he continues to be major factor out there on the offensive end. And it's just, it's fun to watch, though. I mean, it just puts hope in all the little pudgy kids around the world that you can do it too.
He's not that pudgy anymore, Paul. He's been on this whole diet since the bubble. He's he did compare his athleticism to LeBron's the other day. He said, he gets up a little higher and has a little bit more razzle-dazzle when he dunks than LeBron. But hey, no one's perfect, right? I mean, you got to feel bad for that LeBron guy, he said. He's got a great sense of humor, obviously. Richard, where do you see him in the MVP race right now?
Ooh, I definitely think he's top 3 in the MVP race. I think it's really him. I think it's LeBron, and I think Embiid in the Eastern Conference. All 3 of them are just dominating in different ways. Especially I would given LeBron's age and the shortened off season, for him to come out and be as impactful with Anthony Davis not really having the same type of high level season. We know Anthony Davis is going to be just fine. He's going to be that man. But Jokic, especially because Denver's slow start, he has picked it up, and I think that definitely has vaulted him higher in that MVP race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the numbers speak for itself. I mean, like you said, LeBron, Embiid, Denver, if they continue to surge and they can be a top 3 seed, I believe that he's a true candidate for the MVP, because the numbers, like I said, they're going to speak for themselves all year long. It's going to be dependent on how well his team does in the Western Conference. If they can secure a top 4 seed, then most definitely.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. We're already about a third of the way through this season. This one's going to fly by. Remember, only 72 games, so these conversations are definitely being had around the association. All right, let's move on to the Jazz, because they beat the Pacers Sunday, their 4th straight win. Utah just likes being on winning streaks, Paul, because they won 15 of their last 16 games. This is a big deal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then the one loss they had was to Denver, where Joker goes out and gets like 47.
Yes.
I mean, this team, it remind me, because they don't have that superstar. Like, Jonathan Mitchell's a great player, but he's not in the same tier as LeBron and KD and these guys. But they remind me of that Detroit team with Chauncey Billups, with so many guys who do so many things, and a great defensive team. And so, this is a team to watch out for.
It still blows my mind when and this is no disrespect to you, Paul, I still think Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. Yeah, if he was playing in a little bit bigger market, he might get a little bit more attention putting up these numbers and having this success, let's say for the Lakers or the Knicks or something, a little bit more high profile of a team. But Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. He does all of the things that are needed. This guy has been a stud since he came into the league. Rudy Gobert is one of the best defensive players that this league has had in the last 10 years. So when you have one of the best defensive players, you have one of the best late game studs, and then you surround them with talent. That's what they are. They have Conley, they have Clarkson, they have so many guys around them that are contributing. This team is going to be a force, but kind of like how we alluded to earlier in the show, it's all about how you play in the postseason. For him to be a superstar, he's got to get to a conference finals or a finals.
Okay, I didn't know we have superstars and then we have superstars. That's another tier. I didn't know that we added another tier. So
yeah, there's another tier. There's like superstars and there are superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, well, he's a superstar.
Okay.
Paul, you
He's
know
a
Richard.
superstar.
He has his own
He's a
world. There's
superstar.
so many ways that Richard's world is just organized a little differently than the rest of us. Donovan would be the first one to tell you, by the way, that he needs more playoff success to reach that top echelon. He is very determined to get it. The presence he has as a young player, and we forget sometimes that he is young still in this league. He has a lot more to do. I do think the continuity, though, in Utah is a real win and something you're seeing in this streak. There's been so much turnover across the league, and it's now become just the most constant thing in the NBA is that everything changes. And here's Utah with guys who know each other, have good relationships and chemistry with each other, and are building on what they have put together for the past few seasons. And we're seeing it now. We'll see how long this streak lasts. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.